So sunlight and skin color, sunlight exposure and like tolerance and skin color. We tend to see vitamin D deficiency more in darker skinned people in areas where they get less sunlight. We tend to see more of like a necessity for more sunlight for people who are darker skin, and then for people who are paler, they require like a lot less sunlight to produce vitamin D. What do you think that's like, genetic mutations that make people darker are also responsible for that like necessity of more sunlight? Or
yeah, it's definitely been proven that higher melanin, sort of like sunscreen in a way, it prevents the conversion of vitamin D in the skin. And I think that's also one of the contributing factors why there's a lot of disparity in COVID outcomes between people of color, at least in America. People like to only point the finger at systemic racism in healthcare. And I'm not that type of guy. I don't know what I don't know. Like, is that the case? Maybe not. Like, I'm not going to comment on that, but people don't talk about, like you just mentioned, the skin color. You're going to need to be taking vitamin D.
Or
but now imagine this. Imagine if you're dark skinned and you have those vitamin D receptor mutations I mentioned to you. You know what I mean?
You get a
so
double
it's
whammy.
like you get or triple, quadruple, and that's how it could all stack on top of each other. So that's definitely valid. And that's just something to keep in mind when working with someone. And I always check the full vitamin D pathways because I actually have a mutation in the DHCR7 gene. This is what starts making vitamin D from cholesterol in your skin, exposed to sunlight. And I have a double mutation there. And during a period of poor health several years ago, I was at the beach all the time, middle of the New York summer, like super tan, all the sunlight in the world, outdoors, did not feel good for a while. And I had very low vitamin D levels. And that was in the middle of the summer. And that's one of the things that led me down this rabbit hole and realized no matter how much sunlight I get, my cells will always, I don't want to say they will never, but I kind of want to say they will never. They will struggle extremely to ever make enough vitamin D to quench my cells' desire for vitamin D from sunlight alone. I'm fair skinned. Now imagine adding that mutation to someone that's dark skinned with the vitamin D receptor mutation. And like, what do you know? Something like colorectal cancer or whatever runs in their family. And that's linked to vitamin D. So you see how you can connect these dots here. And I'm not saying that's the only cure to it, but I've seen people's lives be completely transformed with the right type of vitamin D. Now, last thing too, regular vitamin D supplements, sometimes people can't process them properly. They need a different form of vitamin D. Calcifediol versus clocalciferol. So just layers of the onion.
Yeah, I've also seen stuff with like liver retinol and how like vitamin D supplements like pertain to like the balance of other nutrients and stuff like that as well.
Yeah,